Hi, I'm Jared.
I'm David.
And this week on Hood Slappers, we're going to be reviewing the 2025 Volkswagen Jetta.
Don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
For 40 years, the Jetta has been with us in North America, often acting as a noble steed for families. That's a longer period of time than things like the average marriage or the Empire of Thessalonica. That's even longer than I've been alive, believe it or not. But this year, Volkswagen added a few minor changes to their only sedan, and we like it.
The changes were small but mighty. If you weren't thrilled with last year's model, the 2025 should gain your interest. And if you really did like last year's model, then you're going to love the 2025.
That's right, but as David said, the changes are small, almost subtle. You have to look really close to notice them.
So let's look at those changes. But first, why don't we talk about what didn't change?
First and foremost, something that didn't change is the engine. The Jetta still carries the same 1.5-liter turbo that it shares with its big brother, the Taos. Now, the 1.5-liter still offers the same 158 horsepower and 184 pounds of torque that you would find on the 2024 Jetta. But Volkswagen also didn't want to soil the underpants of performance, and they maintained their 8-speed automatic gearbox. They didn't try and sneak in a CVT.
Trying to sneak a CVT into a Volkswagen is like an ostrich wearing gabardine trying to sneak into an Armadillo's Only nightclub without a ticket.
Right, well, let's continue to look at the list of things that didn't change, like the size of the Jetta, the interior space, and some of the interior controls.
Which makes us beg the question, what exactly has changed? When looking around the Jetta's exterior carefully, it won't take you long to spot the subtle changes. Oh look, there's one, the headlights. The headlights are all new on the 2025 Jetta. In new VW fashion, they festoon the front with an available LED light bar that goes all across the front of the car. This is something a lot of VWs have these days. But look, come closer. It's not that close. Look, no frog lights.
You mean fog lights?
Or what did I say?
Frog lights.
Well, can't we have both?
David, that's about as good of an idea as when the Trojans said, "Oh look, a wooden equestrian. That would look wonderful in our atrium."
You could use the frog lights whenever you get towed.
The light show continues as Volkswagen transplants another one of their ideas to the rear. The light bar connects the rear taillights, meeting the word Jetta in the middle, a word synonymous with wind, which seems to be what's coming out of David's mouth today.
I heard that. Now those are some of the exterior changes, but there are some subtle differences that you might not have seen. For example, the weight of a 2025 is 40 pounds more, and the fuel economy is 0.4 litres worse. Which is not anything to write home about, but if you don't have anything else to write about, home probably doesn't want to hear from you anyway.
But this is all talk about the outside of the car. What about the interior? There are some things that have changed, but not as many as you might think. Volkswagen went through the agony of having to choose what must change, because the Jetta's interior has always been so nice. So, did they make the right changes? I like how Volkswagen kept the available 10.25-inch digital cockpit. I also like the suede-like leatherette seats that are available on the Comfort line. Where Volkswagen made a big change was with the climate controls. There's no more knobs and dials. It's all touch.
So a question to you, the viewers, do you like the change that Volkswagen made? Do you miss the dials, or do you like the touchscreen? Let us know in the comments.
Volkswagen kept the same screen they've had since the Jetta in 2019. I don't mind it. I do kind of like it, but what they did is they put a border around it to make it look bigger.
It's kind of like trimming the bushes around your house to make it look bigger.
That's right. And they also got rid of the manual.
What are you talking about? It's right here.
No, I mean the manual transmission. It's no longer available in the regular Jetta, but you can get it on the GLI. It's also been completely removed from the Golf GTI and the Golf R.
Other than that, the Jetta interior is very similar.
Well, we've seen what's changed.
And what hasn't?
Now it's time to go for a drive and talk about price.
Some new colors.
And something enthusiasts might not like. Well, David, here we are in the 2025 Volkswagen Jetta, and I gotta give an opinion. I want to give my first impression first, and that is that, you know, every review you see, it's an aggressive front, it's an angry brow on the front of the car is what they changed, and I gotta say that why does everything have to be so angry and upset? It's a nice car. Why is it frowning? Volkswagen's whole thing was peace and love with the bug and the minivan,
right.
And now all of a sudden we have an angry car.
Maybe it's angry because somebody made it wear a stupid, itchy, smelly, fake beard. Maybe that's what made it angry. And so, what do you mean? How is it angry? What's angry about it?
Well, the front end. They're all saying it looks, stern.
Stern.
Yeah. I don't think it's the beard thing, but I think you're onto something there. But yeah. But other than that, I think it's a nice front end. I don't think it's angry, but I like the car. It's very similar to the 24 Jetta, which we have reviewed. But it's just a couple extra things that make it even better than it already was.
So speaking of first impressions, can I see your first impression of the angry front face of the Jetta? What's your impression of the front of the Jetta?
Well,
I want you to describe this angry front to me.
Well, I'll have to do it in an angry voice, and the angriest voice.
Oh, the voice. No, he's got a voice now too.
I could maybe Liam Neeson would be. Okay. I have a very particular front end. A front end that makes people like you upset.
I'm very taken with that impression.
Hey, there we go.
First impressions from myself. I said as soon as I walked in the door and saw it, I love the color. The color.
Yes.
I don't want to say blue because it's not blue. It is.
They can't just say blue.
No, it's not blue.
This is like Monterey Blue Pearl.
Monterey Blue Pearl. That sounds far better than.
If
blue.
I'm saying that, but I ever think Monterey Jack. I always think it was cheese. So it's a big block of cheese we're driving, but tasty enough.
Yes, blue cheese. Blue cheese. There you go.
They should have called it blue cheese. You have a piece of beard hanging.
Oh, I
over
do.
your
I'm gonna have beard all over me for days.
That's all right. Well,
at least the wart is gone.
Yes.
Warts and all. Good. So this is
this is Monterey Blue.
Monterey Blue. There's another new color they had too.
The other new color, which I can't wait to see. I haven't seen it yet, but the pictures, it might be my new favorite Volkswagen color, but it's Alpine Gray Pearl. I think it's a pearl, but it reminds me, for any Volkswagen drivers out there, of the white silver from a few years ago, which I had in a Golf, and that was my absolute favorite color. So I'm hoping that this Alpine Gray is just as nice.
They should just call it white silver. Sounds cooler than Alpine. Alpine Gray sounds like a snow mountain. It's sludgy and gray and not very.
And nobody
clean.
can fact check that. Is that what an Alpine looks like?
I don't know.
I gotta take their word for it.
Mm-hmm. So the trim is pretty similar to the 2024, correct?
Yeah, same trim level. So you have your trend line you start off with, and you have a comfort line, and you have a high line. But then what they did is they kind of souped up your comfort line, which what we have here, which is the Sport. So the Sport package is going to add a few things. It's going to start with your digital cockpit. You got a black headliner. You have the airbrush pedals. You're going to get the Sport badging, and then you're going to get, because it's a Sport, but it's not really sporty. So they're taking a page out of the GLI book, and they're going to give you the old GLI wheels from last year. But one thing, anyone who's had a Sport in the past, they've gotten rid of the Sport suspension. So this drives the exact same as any other Jetta aside from the GLI, but there's no Sport tuned suspension. So regular Jetta just says Sport. It's all about aesthetics. So that's the Sport package, but that sounds good, but get a load of this. What are the standard features on the Trendline, the entry-level Jetta?
Well, I'm glad you asked, Jared, because I have them all committed to memory, so I'll just tell you about them right now.
Change the scene, change the scene.
We have the handy-dandy clipboard here. Standard features, we got the heated steering wheel, of course, the App Connect, there's the CarPlay, alloy wheels, 8-inch screen, cloth seats, dual-zone climate control at, how much do you think?
How much?
Guess, I asked you.
I'm going to guess just over 28,000, maybe 28,380.
You've been looking at my clipboard, haven't you? You've been looking at my clipboard.
It was there.
That you supplied to me. 28,378. You were off by $60. You went over. The price is right. The Civic starts at 29,506.
Which is crazy to think about, because the Civic has always been the car that, you want your first new car, you want the cheapest you can. The Jetta was never that one. The Jetta never gave sort of an economy option, but now it's turned around, and the Civic has gone up so much in price over the last few years that the Jetta really hasn't moved that much. I think it went up, depends on the trim level, a few $100s this year. So it's nice to see that the Civic has just blown up in price where the Jetta hasn't. Plus, you get all those features that David said for memory.
Nice. Plus, for an extra $115 more, it also comes with the beard, the mustache, and the glasses. So.
What about the wart?
And the wart? No, the wart is mine now. It's been on my nose. No.
You and the wart have bonded. Yeah. Well, warts grow on people.
Yeah. Ah! Hey! What are you talking about? So this is the 2025 Jetta, but not too long ago we actually reviewed the 2024 Jetta.
It feels like yesterday.
Yeah, and I've actually had Director put together a highlight reel of all the best parts of that review.
Oh, well, let's take a look. We got a highlight reel of our 24 Jetta. Fantastic. Roll them. Was that it?
Yeah, that was it. It wasn't a very good one.
Those are all the highlights?
That's pretty much it, yeah.
Well, the sound was good.
Yeah. This is a better Jetta review.
Yes, right. That's right. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So this is a sedan. Sedans have trunks. You know, so what's the cargo space in the trunk of this vehicle?
I can tell you that without even looking at a clipboard, Jared. My memories and learning improving. 399 liters of cargo space is what they have.
399?
399.
One more liter. You could have just rounded to 400.
Well, yeah, but 399 sounds more, doesn't it? It's like, yeah, it sounds like 399. It's like got a 9 and a 9 on the end rather than 0. Sounds
but
like...
don't they do that for money to make it sound cheaper?
Yeah.
That's only $1.99.
Yeah.
That's $2. It's kind of the opposite. I think it seems smaller.
Yeah.
1 more liter. You could have just went like this.
1 more liter.
And gotten 1 more liter out of there.
Yeah. Well, what if you've won 2 more liters? Why just 1 more? What if you're full and you've got a 2 liter bottle of Pepsi that you want to get in, but you can't because you only added 1 more liter? You could have added 2 more liters, and you got a 401, and then you got a 401 trunk.
401 sounds like a big number.
Yeah, it does.
401, but 399.
399.
You could have just pushed some of the modeling clay just in a bit to get 1 extra liter. But I'm sure there's a reason. They're Germans, right?
Do you hear that?
What?
No, not that. No, listen. Hey, listen how quiet that is. No squeaks, no rattles, no nothing. Like super.
It's pretty solid, isn't it? Yeah. For a new car, you know, sometimes there's a little rattle, a little squeak, you know, but this is solid. It's a very comfortable ride. It feels luxurious, dare I say.
Dare I say you dare?
Yeah. It's really a solidly built car. I like it a lot. It is the better Jetta.
It is the better Jetta.
So one of the complaints I heard is the rear headrest. They don't go up and down. They're stationary, and some people think they might get in the way. These ones are fine, but in the rear, the back seats, and some people think, well, they're going to get in the way. You can't see. But when I look back there, it's tons of visibility. I can see everything. The headrests are not in the way at all. So whoever says that, I think maybe get in the air and sit in it and drive it, and you might change your mind. But yeah, I don't think the headrests are obstructing the view at all.
You know what else is stationary? A compass.
Well, that's the 2025 Jetta. A few small changes here and a few things that didn't change there. When you put it all together, you can see why the Jetta nameplate has been around for 40 years. But what makes a car great? It's not just the drive or the comfort or the features, but it's a combination of all of these things. And that's what the Jetta is so good at doing. So whether you're a commuter or you just want to go for a joyride, the Jetta is set for any occasion. So with that, I give the 2025 Volkswagen Jetta my hood slap of approval.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time.
You know, David, there's something different about you today.
Well, I used cream rinse this morning.
That's it. Cream rinse. Looks good.
Thanks, buddy.
A big thanks goes to our friends at Volkswagen Waterloo for allowing us to use this 2025 VW Jetta. If you're in the market for one, go see them today.